You're watching WPBF News 25 Mornings. WPBF News 25 continues.
Welcome back this morning to WPBF News 25. Now, we've got an interesting guest this morning. When your parent moves in, it's an issue that many people face in their later years. And this morning we have with us author David Horgan. He's going to give us some advice considering he just wrote this book, When Your Parent Moves In. All right, David, so tell us about this book.
Well, about 5 years ago, my wife came to me and said, I don't think my mom can live on her own anymore. So we had her move in, and we kind of made it up as we went along. Okay. And because of that, we had some bumpy times in the beginning.
Tell us about that. What are some of the things that were bumpy in the road?
Well, I think it's like even when a couple gets married, you know, when you're living with somebody for the first time, you're feeling your way through, you know, different lifestyles, how we're going to live together. And I remember thinking at the time, there's got to be a better way to do this. And I started looking around for information, started looking for books on the subject. I couldn't find anything. So I decided to get together with a friend of mine, Shira Block, who's an author, and we wrote this guide. Okay, so tell us about some of the experiences. I mean, what advice can you give people if they do have a parent that might be ill or just can't take care of themselves and they move in with you? What are some of those experiences that you found were rough? Well, the most important thing is that this is a decision, it's often made at a time of crisis. You know, somebody's had a stroke and there's an event and people say, well, we've got to move mom in. They don't think it through. It's important to give it 24 hours. Discuss this with other family members and take your time, because you're going to have conversations up front. It's important to say, how are we going to do this? Let's plan some things out. Don't just rush into it and make it up as you go along. Okay, so important to think it out clearly. And since your mother-in-law was living with you guys and you had your family moved in, what were some of the good things? I can imagine, though, that it'd be great to have a grandparent around. There's so many wonderful things. By having a relative live with you like that, you know, she got to see her grandchildren grow up and flourish. You can have a really close relationship that maybe you wouldn't have had if you weren't living with each other. It's an expanded family. It's a way that we used to live many years ago, and we're seeing more of that now because of the economy. People are finding they have to live with each other. So it can work, and it can be a good experience. Very interesting. And you just came out with this book? Just came out July 18th. Okay, great. All right. Well, very interesting. Now, if you're interested in checking this book out, where can you go? Well, we're going to be at the EC Campus Theater Monday night, 6 o'clock. And we're giving out 200 free chemical face peels to the first 200 people who come. That's interesting. It's going to be a really fun night. Okay, all right, David. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back in our 8 o'clock hour. Wonderful. Okay, great. Sounds good. And David, again, like he said, he'll be hosting a lecture about caring for your parent and yourself this Monday at the EC Campus Theater in Palm Beach Gardens. That's happening at 6 p.m. And you can call for more information, 561-670-8485.
All right, Meredith, thank you. 628.